To welcome each and every one of you here on this very special day. On behalf of Betty from the Maguire side and Lynn and Keith from the Gibson side, we welcome each and every one of you. Many of you travel very far, with people from down south, London area, people from as far as a wee town near Portland in Oregon. Where are you? Somewhere? Over there. And a special mention to the staff from Innovate, where Lindsay works. I mentioned that because they've actually shut shop today, which is a big achievement apparently, because somebody's losing a fortune. Alison losing a fortune. But obviously she must appreciate Lindsay's services, so we thank you very much for allowing her the day off, basically. So, I would say that if my voice breaks and gets a bit cracky in the next 10 minutes or so, yeah, just bear with me, because it's a very, very emotional day for me. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, is the day that I get the bill. I've been given roughly 10 minutes, allegedly, to talk about Lindsay's 25 years, 10 months, 22 days of life. And the only way I can do it is either miss loads out or be very, very fast speaking, so listen up. Lindsay was born on the 6th of November 1993. I remember it very well because basically she spoiled the night before. The night before is bonfire night, 5th of November, and I'll never forget it. We had a wee party arranged in Glenrothes. Lovely cold beers in the fridge, burgers on the fire and all the rest of it. Fireworks ready to get exploded. Lindsay decided she wanted to come out. Yeah. But typical of Lindsay, wherever her bedroom is, she took a long time to come out to the bedroom. So it was the 6th of November before she arrived. She was a wee while coming out, and I think her mother was getting a bit tired, and so was Lindsay probably. And she was born by what's known as a von Tus extraction. Now I've never heard that really since Lindsay was born, and I don't know if it's a common thing, but effectively it's something similar to a plumber's big plunger attached to a Dyson Hoover. Right? They attached it to the head and helped the baby to come out. And it worked, because she's here today. I didn't get to cuddle Lindsay straight away because of the birth. She was put in an incubator for a couple of days actually. And I always remember going through and looking at her in the incubator. You look down and I says, what on earth's that? Her head was a wee bit like an English policeman's helmet. And I say she's going to get a job as a chef later on, because they've got these big hats you can put on to cover her head. But obviously from that day you do realise that that person's yours, and it's my responsibility to look after her for the rest of her days. It didn't take too long to settle down her head. In fact, it's not far away now actually. The high hair covers it a little bit. We've got a good relationship really. But no, she blossomed into a beautiful young girl, christened on her first birthday at Oxford Parish Church, and she had her celebration in the Balbirnie House Hotel. You'll not mind it because you're only 1 year old, but that cost a fortune as well. She was actually a flower girl at Betty and I's wedding, which is unusual because usually weddings comes first. But nonetheless, you were there, and she was a lovely girl. Any family members who were there will visualise this 3.5-year-old girl running about, and that was when she wanted to hold your hand. She doesn't do it anymore. Out my bubble type of thing. But then she's daddy. It was lovely. Got lovely photographs, lovely memories, and some people treasure forever. Treasure. Anyway, at that point in time we stayed in a wee village called Glenrothes, and we moved up to Kinneswood. Kinneswood is an area that's kind of quiet, to be honest with you, and you have to go well with your neighbours who are here today, the Drysdales. And we thank you very much for allowing us to stay next door to all of you. We'll learn a lot of farming stuff for now, and 0% finance, Jamesy. Doesn't work at all. But no, Kinneswood was a great place for kids to grow up. Very, very quiet. Didn't learn very many swear words, but fantastic memories of Lindsay and her friends running about the fields, up the hills, doing things that people didn't do these days. They're on iPads and stuff like that. But fantastic memories, especially the primary school. I mean, the Portmore Primary School, the who can forget going to their school sport days? And Lindsay, I think you wanted to be a sports person, I think, but in that year, has anybody been to a primary school sports day? What a laugh. What a laugh. Visualise a racing circuit, which is normally an oval type shape, and they all run around there. Didn't happen in the primary school. They used to have like a football pitch, and all the kids used to run to the goalposts. So from a starting line, goalpost, round. So whoever got to the goalpost first would win, right? And I watched it for a couple of years, and they're all just too polite in this village. They say, no, on you go. I said, get to the goalpost first and get round, because that's what they did, eh? They would run. This time she got to the goalpost first and went, after you. And this time they're all away, flying past there. But her sporting prowess continued. Lindsay was the Portwalk, I think it was under 13 badminton champion, which we take great pride in. Her bedroom used to be covered in medals. Okay? Lovely, hanging from the lights, remember that? Loads of them. You might find this odd, but Lindsay was the only person in that category. And some of them managed to win all the time, eh? I always remember her favourite shot, her defensive shot was, visualise a shot clock coming up towards you, and she used to go like that. Well, obviously you didn't play badminton, but if you're doing that, you're not going to hit it back. You're hiding from it, so she was rubbish. That's the problem. She moved from the primary school to Kinross High School, a place she hated, I think. The bus stop, as the drivers don't know, is about a 10-second walk from our house. And there must have been 3 days out of 5 that I had to give her a run into Kinross. Couldn't get in her bedroom, just like the 1-2's extraction. I was looking for a big plunger now to get into it. She just would not go to school. And we wanted to go a wee bit, it was getting terrible. But she did learn a few more swear words, because it's a bigger area. And she learned about alcohol, rings a bell, because when she was young she was drinking about milk and juice and stuff like that. But I found out she liked about alcohol because I went to her bedroom one day, why I can't remember, and I looked through her drawers and we found wee Tupperware boxes, and each one had a small amount of alcohol in it. Right? Gins and vodkas and stuff like that. Scott drives the little kid about it, where's he? Oh, he's sitting in the back there. So he's probably, I've seen some of the photographs actually. No, I don't think so. But living in a wee village called in Kinneswood, there's no great deal of work opportunities. Small village, and unless you want to work with John, you're stuck, eh? And I don't think you wanted her anyway. She did work in the local shop for a wee while, and had other opportunities, but for some reason, by fluke, we ended up getting her a job at the hairdresser's in Kinross. And, well, you start at the lowest of the low, you work on mediocre wages, as I guess all apprentices do. But the funny thing is, she enjoyed it. And I think that's probably why she didn't like school. I was the same, I hated school as well. Who on earth wants to talk about geometry and algebra and stuff like that? Never used it since, eh? But Lindsay actually enjoyed it. And that's why you've probably been a lot of years now in it. You're highly regarded, you know, you're well a master colour expert, as they call it. And you're doing no bad job for your dad too. When you find time to come in and do it, which is not very often. She's an extremely impulsive girl. Dean must know about it already, I would assume. If Lindsay wants anything, she gets it. Always remember, Danny, I want to do driving lessons. We do the driving lessons. And we used to go down, came towards Gibson Farm, wee narrow roads. Imagine doing 3-point turns down there, but it's not too bad actually, eh? I want the first car. You got the first car. Dad, I found this yellow Cabriolet Mini. I want it. No, it's a 1.6, you'll never get insured. I want it. So she got it. It's another warning for you, Dean. just to wind you up. And then it was the next, moving on from that, I want to leave the house. I need a flat. In fact, I didn't need it, I want a flat. Eh? So she got her flat, a wee assistant to the deposit and stuff like that. I'm just reminding you, because you probably should pay it back one day. You've been there, Johnny. You've been there. And yeah, set up on their own and had a great time. And then she met Dean. And well, that's it, life's over. Eh? Get married, settled in, have a dog. Have a dog, yeah? That's good. She's quite a fearless wee person. We used to do many holidays. Many holidays. like I say, Florida, Lindsay was always the first in a huge roller coaster rides. Brian and I loved the holidays. Brian and I like going, sitting in the sun having a few beers, but Lindsay found the biggest roller coasters to go on. I can do I think I did one or two now, it won't go bad. But she also jumped out of a plane at 10,000 feet. Karen's aware of it as well, for charity. So she's always got something in her that's got a fearless streak that must have got for her mum, because I couldn't do it. No way in the world. So you got that. Talk about holidays. Our very first holiday was in Scotland, obviously, because too weak to fly. In Loch Goylehead, then various places: Lanzarote, Tenerife, Spain, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Malta, Toronto, Niagara Falls, Bangkok, Koh Samui. She's been all over the world. I'm just saying this so Dean can remember it and make sure he continues to do this. And there's a saying that, particularly the Las Vegas one, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. In the Maguire household, we've got one called what happened in Malta stays in Malta. And you have to be a Maguire to understand that one. I know that you're a Gibson, Ian, you can't talk about it. So she's had a very good life. Obviously, Dean and Lindsay clicked. How, I don't know, but they clicked. Dean moved into the flat, and they had an addition to their family, Hugo. Hey, you're missing him already, eh? She's missing him, but she put him in dungeons for a couple of nights just so peace and quiet to be here. It's shocking. The two of them clicked. They obviously got very well, and they decided to get married. And I remember being at a wedding the other day there, and the chap said that the son-in-law came along, sat down, asked for the hand of marriage for the daughter, had a few beers and did the gentle thing and stuff like that. It was nice. Dean sent me a text. What do you think of that? And my reply was obvious, as any father would: if you make my daughter happy, then I'll be happy. That's what I said. And they are happy together. They're a comedy couple as far as I'm concerned. They bounce off each other, and they got very well as friends as well as husband and wife now. It's fantastic to see. It's amazing what you can learn about people. We had the opportunity or misopportunity to have Dean and Lindsay living with us for 7 months while our new house was getting built. If I take Dean to Saturday, I learned that Dean likes football. That's it. Oh, he likes wearing a Hibernian tracksuit too, actually, and stuff. Same with the family. As we have said to Lindsay, and as Kevin, the minister today, said, you're not just getting married to each other, you're joining a family. And what I would like to say is that we've been out in Keith and Lynn's company many times. I would say that the Gibsons are a fantastic blend to what we have. I think we're a kind of cold family. We're not a cuddly family and stuff like that. And my opinion is that the Gibsons are the opposite. I know that Keith and Lynn would do absolutely anything for their family. And we could probably learn a few things from you, if I'm being honest with you. A wee bit.
I don't know.
Lynn doesn't drink. How she doesn't drink looking after us, no, I have no idea. Driving to drink, the things they do for them is beyond control. And Keith, it's amazing to learn about Keith. I learned that Keith at one point in time used to be he played in the pool league, in 8-ball pool in the Edinburgh area. And I heard that he hates getting beat at 8-ball pool. So I just didn't play him anymore. I was going to say that the bottom line here is, I suppose this serious, but we're here today to celebrate the joining together of two families, but more importantly, two individuals. Two people who are very important to both the families here, and although today you'll be a Gibson, right? You'll always be my daughter. You know fine that your mother and I will be here for as long as we keep breathing, pal. And you've all these friends and family here to share the experience with you. And Dean, we welcome you officially into the family. Look forward to bonding going forward, and maybe one day we'll maybe convert you to be a Rangers fan. I didn't. It was a good result today. Take a couple of points on myself. Thank you very much. That was brilliant. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, later on today, fantastic experience, live band. Hopefully you enjoy the food, and hope you enjoy the company. A few more people coming at night. But the first speech of the evening, could I ask you all please to be upstanding and assist me in a toast to the lovely couple, the new Mr. and Mrs. Gibson.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dean.
Hello.
These aren't my strongest things, so I'll try and get through it as quick as I can and not leave you sitting. But on behalf of my wife and I would like to thank every single person in the room for giving up their Saturday and joining us to celebrate our big day. We really appreciate the efforts made by all, and we're extremely grateful for the cards and the gifts given to us, and we've all got round to thanking you all individually on my return from Vegas. Every person in the room has played a part in either my life or Lindsay's life, some of you both of our lives. And while most of us have travelled either Fife or Edinburgh or maybe even London or the UK, there's a family here that's travelled from America. And I'm delighted that I can finally introduce them to my family. Nick, Lindsay, Andrew and Lauren, I'll always be grateful. For the welcome you gave me when I was living on the other side of the world, and I was delighted you could join us today. A special thanks to the bridesmaids Ashley, Lucy and Sarah for helping Lindsay get ready and keeping her calm, well calmish. I think we can all agree how beautiful the bridesmaids look, and for any single guys, Lucy is looking. If you make it a double, she told me you never know. We're sorry, I'm close to it. I know Lindsay has really appreciated the support leading up to the wedding, from dress shopping to fittings or the hen party. I would also like to apologise on Lindsay's behalf for being an absolute control freak. I've got to live with it every day. Flower girls Taylor, Alice and Robin, along with the page boy Reese. I think you guys have stolen the show. If we can just rewind now back to 2016, I remember obviously me and Lindsay started going out more and more, and I turned to Neil, who's one of my ushers, and I said, I don't know what it is, because I like to nip Neil's head every single night, believe it or not, to go out drinking, and go up the town, and I says, but this could be the one. And he looked at me confused and says, why? He hasn't met yet. He hasn't met her at this point. And I couldn't give him just an answer, because I think the saying, when you know, came true for me. There was just something about being with Lindsay that was different to anything that I have ever felt before. A major reason why.
Can we again?
She likes you.
Do you like me? Aye?
She texts back.
A major reason to why I believe we are is due to support we give each other. We didn't actually have the easiest of starts. Apart from the trips to London and all the fun times, we went on a holiday to Lanzarote after about 6 months. And when we returned, we were given the news that Lindsay's granny Faye passed away. I don't know what's going on. As you can imagine, this broke Lindsay. And for a good 3-4 weeks I spent every day being a shoulder for Lindsay, but also telling her to pick herself up and to try and live her life the way Granny Faye would have wanted.
Oh no.
As Lindsay starts to deal with it better, approximately 4 weeks later, my granny passed away and it was roles reversed.
Granny.
In a time that was extremely difficult for both of us, it could have pushed us apart. Me being huffy, Lindsay being huffy, snapping at each other. but instead it drove us closer together. And for that moment I thought, when you find someone so much love and patience, don't throw it away, marry them. You've made a dream come true for me today, Lindsay. I've married my best friend. Sorry, Paul. And I still pinch myself every time I think about how lucky I am. People always say that I'm punching. People always say that I'm punching, and I think we can all agree that's not true. But today, and I actually wrote this before, and I thought, is it the right thing to put in because it's obviously pre-planned, but you did take my breath away. So for today only, I'll say I'm punching. But it's not your looks that have made me want to marry you, but the person you are. Kind, happy and caring. I'm the most caring person I've ever come across. I've never known someone to put so many people before yourself. You're also the most understanding person I know. I'm lucky to have a hobby as a job, and I am chasing a dream. It comes with a lot of sacrifices, missing certain events for weddings, birthdays, and I know people think you just want to miss something, but you always attend yourself, and you only ever encourage me to continue chasing the dream. Why I am with you. Sorry. I'm trying my hardest. Why I'm with you. I'm never walking alone. I don't know what's happening. I'll do this again. When I'm with you, I'm never walking alone. And when I feel like giving up on a dream, you give me that energy to keep going. As you can tell, I'm not the best at speaking about things, so this is why I've never felt this before, could never do it. So I want to use this opportunity to tell you I appreciate everything you do. I don't like this. I don't know. I also need to use this time to thank 4 people who have helped build our lives. Many of you will know we've recently moved to a new house, as Donald just mentioned as well, and that would not have been possible without the support of both sets of parents. The support you give us is far beyond what we could expect, and there's nothing we could ever do that would be enough to say thank you. Donald and Betty, this has been the hardest part I've written. I must have rewritten it and flung it away about 10 times. Purely because there's not enough words to explain how much we appreciate everything you've done to not just make today, but every day possible. The only way I can repay you is by making your daughter happy and safe for the rest of their lives. And hopefully over the years you've got to know me, you've seen how hard working and loyal I am, and I can promise you that for the rest of my life it won't change. Today isn't about handing Lindsay away. For me it's about the 2 families becoming one. We've already made some amazing memories in Vegas, Amsterdam, and many nights to the casino. There's nobody perhaps here, is it? And and here's hoping we can continue to make many more. Mum and Dad, thank you. It's a word. It's a word that I've never said to you both, but I want you to know how grateful I am for everything you do. Growing up, we had an open door to so many people. Everyone seen you as Uncle Keith Rickerman. You were so welcoming and helped so many people. I was lucky enough to call you Mum and Dad. I'm trying.
Sound windy that way.
I swear, I don't know what was going on. I've read this over 10 times and been fine. As kids, myself, Ashley and Tegan never went without, and we had the best childhood I could ever ask for. You sacrificed so much for us. You have made me the man I am today. I would say my best trait's loyalty. And that was always going to be the case when you have, that was always going to happen when you have 2 leafers as parents. You were raised to know that nothing is more important than family. We were and still are the closest family I know. No amount of money can buy the togetherness we have. Thank you for welcoming Lindsay to our family. You look upon her as one of us. And today I know the whole Maguire family become us. This should be easy now. moving on to him. Our life now is almost complete. Today we get married. We have the best wee dog in the world, our Hugo. 4 amazing nieces and nephews in Reese, Taylor, Alice and Robin. The next thing for us is to start our own family. When that time comes, then I have a heart attack, so yeah.
That's getting me so excited.
When that time comes, I cannot wait to see you four as grandparents to a new grandchild. I know the pride Donald and Betty have in Alice, and the same my mum and dad have in Reese, Taylor and Robin, and I cannot honestly wait to have another baby, but this time called Gibson. Another thanks has to go to my best mate and best man Paul, and I'm alright now. We go way back to our time at nursery, our childhood. All through our childhood we'll be more like brothers than mates, staying with each other 5 nights a week, causing absolute mayhem everywhere we went. If we weren't winding random people up, we were winding each other up and falling out. Even at 29, much to Roddy's amusement, even in the room in Ibiza. Now while I don't want to steal Paul's thunder and give him the opportunity to tell you the stories and possibly get his own back for last year, when I was asked to be the best man at Paul's wedding, it was a massive honour and one of the proudest moments of my life to be asked to do that on such a special day. How we have both managed to buy a house, marry 2 amazing women who probably now know every football chart in the world, and are extremely patient is beyond me, but somehow we've done it. Also a massive thank you for organising Stag Do. It was a brilliant week away with the best group of guys I could have went away with. Roddy, Scott, Aaron, Neil, Paul and the legend himself, Doogie. It was massively appreciated. Stag do's aren't cheap and I appreciate more than you would believe. And also want to thank your partners, sorry Doogie, for allowing them to come away and spend money. Sorry, I lost my saying. Now I'll leave the stories to Paul, and before I hand this mic over I just want to say thanks. For 25 years we've been extremely close, and I'm sure in 20 years we'll be still be making memories. Only I hope it's many Pauls and Deans causing the mayhem and still not us. Oh, and by the way, if you see Paul standing on any tables or seats later, just leave him. He's at his most happiest when he's climbing drunk. He's not disabled. Lastly, you'll see some of the photos around the venue, the rest over here, of people who are missing today, that I would give anything away to have them here. My only regret in life is not meeting Lindsay earlier in life, which would have allowed so many more people to be here today. If we could all stand and raise a glass to the people who can't be here today but are always in our thoughts. Absent friends. Cheers. Right. That's me. Sorry.
Can I have your attention, Paul?
They were cheesy. I think my speech is about 10 minutes, but after Donald's took about 25, you'll all be starving, so I'm trying. Hello everybody, firstly let me introduce myself to you, those who do not know me. My name's obviously Paul. I'm lucky enough to be Dean's best man. Basically that means that I was the only one daft enough to stay friends with Dean for so long to qualify for this position. It was a real honour to be asked by Dean to return the favour, as Dean said, to be his best man. Dean's done such a great job for me last year that I couldn't turn it down. I picked this up so I can look at you. Naturally I was a bit nervous about the whole thing, in particular about this speech, so however I'm going to give my best shot because Dean's promised me that if I do a good job I could be the best man again at his next wedding. I mean when they renew the vows, obviously. I had part A and part B depending on how that went down, so I think we're on to part B. I have actually been well warned by Lindsay to wind my neck in, so I think I'll just keep the jokes to later on. Talking about Lindsay, I'd like to take this opportunity firstly to say how beautiful she looks today. I've not got that written down because I was writing it and thinking that doesn't make sense. You've not seen her yet, but thankfully she has pulled it off. So. And secondly, I'd just like to thank her for putting up with my mate Dean. That deserves a medal in itself. And moulding him into the guy that he is today. Even though they don't quite have kids yet, he's basically a family man with Hugo in the house. I'd like to also extend Dean's thanks to the bridesmaids who have done a great job helping Lindsay with everything and being there for her through the stressful time of organising a wedding. I can't however get away from the fact that they've landed quite a decent gig. They've got a couple of nights out, a wee trip to Ibiza, and no speech or then they've got off like Back to Dean. Me and Dean have been best mates since nursery. I've been unfortunate enough to know him a very long time. We've had quite a few fallouts along the way, some of them real and some of them not so real. One day we faked an argument so that Lynn would give us money to go and play snooker. It worked an absolute treat, and off we skipped down Stockbridge with 20 quid for 2 hours worth of snooker. It was Dean's idea. We were that good 2 hours worth of playing snooker, the score was 1 each. We have, however, had a few real fallouts along the way. Mostly of them were playing football together. As I'm sure Lindsay will agree, Dean doesn't take well to being told what to do. And when I played football, I loved nothing more than telling people what to do. So that led to a few heated exchanges. However, Dean was always last in the changing rooms, waiting for me to come in and get my boots off to say, "You coming back tonight to play champ man?" The stories continue through high school, and to be honest, I couldn't really wrap them up. Through high school, we were just an absolute nightmare for everybody. We were a nightmare at high school, we were a nightmare for the whole of Stockbridge, and we actually, where Dean stayed at the time, and we terrorised the place. I also think his big sister Ashley deserves a medal for putting up with a couple of immature idiots all the way through her teens as well. One night in particular when I think of Ashley just springs to mind when I was writing this story. Me and Dean had been on the computer. Now this is at the time that only one person could be connected to the internet. So we used Dean's family when it was Ashley's time to get on the internet. And by doing that, what we done is, Ashley was on the internet, so we used Tegan, who was young at the time, go and annoy Ashley so much that she wants to sit on that computer so that we can pop on. It worked a treat, because Tegan used to annoy us so much that we didn't want to play the computer anymore. Anyway, we'd been on the computer all night, just looking at daft stuff, finding really immature stuff hilarious, as immature teenagers do. We'd realised it was 4 in the morning, so decided it was time to wrap up and go to bed. We closed down the internet and realised there was a massive sign on the desktop that, let's just say, should not have been there and was not fit for keeping light thinking in the morning. We'd been looking at a wee bit of Willie Thorne and it somehow saved on the desktop and we couldn't get away. We tried for about half an hour. I still think it was Dean that clicked on the light, but he's not admitting it. In a panic, we decided the best way out was we have to wake up Ashley and come clean. If we were coming clean to anybody, it was going to be Ashley. And she would fix it for us, we knew she would. She would have been well within her rights to tell us to beat it, but no, she got up and she tried her hardest to fix it. We're at 5 now in the morning, Ashley's clicking away, desperate as if it was her mistake to fix this. And we're in the background because she made a comment that I swear she will regret until the day she dies. She said the 3 words, "Oh, I've just got deja vu." 2 immature teenagers had never heard this before and thought it was the funniest thing in the world. We stayed up till 5:30 slagging until she fixed it. That was the thanks that Ashley got, and she'd done that many times. There was loads of stories that I could have mentioned, but that was the best one. We didn't really have much luck, me and Dean together, and I've a couple of stories to tell which sum us up. I can't we've not got much time because Donald took it all, but I'll try and wrap this up. one night, me and Dean were, I think I had a girlfriend, Dean was single at the time, and we went uptown to George Street and we were in Candy Bar, and I remember that I say to Dean, we were standing at the bar, I said, there's this guy over there, he's a mate, I ken him, but he's a bit of a roaster, I hope he doesn't recognise me. And Dean said, remember these words, Christ, he can't be that bad, he's sitting with a couple of decent buds. So Dean goes to the toilet, the guy comes up straight away, he's like, hiya Paul, I recognise me, blah blah blah. Dean's still at the toilet and the guy says to me, did Johnny tell you about my bud? No, Johnny was the guy that I knew. And he says, I like chicks with dicks. I says, alright, each to their own, whatever. And Dean comes back and I'm trying to give him the eyes. And this guy's like, why don't you just get a couple of pints and come and sit with us? And Dean's like, aye, we'll come and sit. So the guy brought us a couple of pints, and as we go and sit with him. And I'm sitting with this guy, and Dean's sitting with his girlfriend, I think we can call it that. And the other lassie that I'm thinking maybe Dean could get with her. Anyway, I'm kicking Dean under the table, trying to tell him what's going on. I eventually got to tell him what was going on, and then we spent the rest of the night actually working out if the pal was also a chick with only me and Dean could get in that situation where we thought we've got a decent chance at, we've not got a chance at growing. And to sum that night up, the guy that I knew who liked chicks with eggs bumped into a laddie on the stairs on the way up, and he decided to call him a poof. To which his girlfriend, if we can call him that, said, Cody, if he's a poof, what the fuck does that make you? That was me and Dean trying to pull a couple of months. Another story which isn't quite as dramatic as that, but sums up our luck. We got to the stage of maybe 15, 16 at high school, and this was all Dean's plan, by the way, it was all with him. We went to this Chinese all the time called the Ping On in Stockbridge, right? And we were starting to get a wee bevy, we liked to drink, and we were trying to impress the birds. And Dean goes, by the way, the Ping On down the stairs keep all their drink, there's only a wee tiny wooden door, we could get in there. Alright, let's do it. So, I'm raging.
I'm raging.
So, we went to Stockbridge on a Friday after school, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight, 6 of us, down the stairs, boom, straight in, carry out the lot of us. Casey 10 ounce, 4 bowls of vodka, the what you name it, we were on. We were like, we're going to be the men with the birds tonight and never leave back, we've made it. Ran down a side street, and this could only happen to us at 1:15 in the day. 2 policemen on horses walking down. Fuck. Launched the baby in the bushes or ran for a lift back to Lenny Keeves. Went back an hour later, not a sight of baby gone. The police had taken the lot. We managed to organise a burglary in the middle of the day in the middle of Stockbridge, and we still couldn't see it through. That's what good for fun. Before I close my speech, I have to talk about football. As Donald touched on, it's Dean's life, and he's obviously took it in his career. And it's me and Dean are the world's worst. Every time we go on a night out, I don't think there's been a time we've not been chucked out of a nightclub for singing football songs. Being the best man that I am, I'm obviously a Celtic supporter. I spoke to Neil Lennon the day, I said, you can't sort out a wee 3 points for the Hibbies. My mate's getting married, and he said, Paul, that's a bit fucking unrealistic. I could maybe do a draw, so we managed it today for Dean and the Hibbies. My last thank you is on behalf of myself and Dean to all the guys that made the stag do's. Dean touched on it. I think everybody will agree they were both excellent. How me and Dean managed to organise 2 trips to Ibiza and back, I'll never know. I'm going to try and sum up the trip to Ibiza in a tribute to all the guys that went using one word. So please do not be offended. Dean, migraine. Fucking sniffy a drink, migraine. Myself, hi. No drugs related, just literally. Roddy, where are you? Roddy, organised as fuck. Aaron, sorry mate, I had to use 2 words, Don King. Doogie, legend. Neil, drunk. And last but not least, Scotty boy, Adidas. As for Musselburgh, I was probably the drunkest man at the stag do in Musselburgh, but there's only one thing that sticks in my mind. Donald refused me to buy him a pint. He wouldn't let me buy him a pint. That guy cannot be accused of not buying the rounder for the lads. So, Donald, carry on. If anybody wants a pint, this is your man. Anyway, that's enough for me, and that's the last of the formalities. Everybody can eat. I hope everybody enjoys their dinner, and we can all get on to the real reason that we're here. Party! Mine's in a Jack and Coke if anybody's asking. Let me finish on slightly untraditional fashion. I'd like to ask those that are able to stand, please. It's not really untraditional though, 2 of them have already asked you. And on 3, I'd like everybody to clap, whistle, cheer, basically make as much noise as possible for the new Mr. and Mrs. Gibson. If anybody asked what the big cheer was, he didn't need to go into detail, just say that was the end of the best man speech. Thank you.
Have a look at them and pass them on.